Hello everyone. So welcome to today's session. So we are working day 2 practical session. So this is Swati. Let's go back to our slide. Okay, this is Swati. I'm an associate automation developer at Vajrang organization, and we have Vajrang who's our transformation leader. Hi Vajrang, could you introduce yourself?
Yep. Hi, Swati. And hello, everyone. I have seen one question in the chat. I have, like yesterday, we have sent a form for the tenant as an invite. That will be done by next 1 or 2 days. We are waiting for more registrations to make it at once. So please wait, Valentine. And if you can see, I have already shared a Studio Web recording zip file. I would encourage everyone to unzip the file and open it in Studio and run the code. So what this does is it will add you to all the meetings of UiPath Studio Web, and even if you did not register, it will help you to register all the meetings so that you will not miss any session. So just go ahead and download it and unzip it as we continue. Before we continue with the session, we loved your feedback in the online forum, as well as we loved your feedback in the LinkedIn. So please take some screenshots, and we would like to see all the posts, and we would also like to see all your feedback in the LinkedIn as well as multiple online social media pages. So being said that, let's go ahead and start. Again, all the sessions that we are currently doing are live sessions as well as practical sessions. So just try to make sure you are available with your laptops as well as desktops, and just try to make sure you are writing the code. The more code you write, the more questions that you can ask. And as a part of our program, we are also expecting feedback regarding Studio Web, and we'll also see how we can add the feedback in few minutes. So Swati, please continue with the session.
Yeah, thank you, Vajrang. So our first task is all about array extremes. That is, we are going to take some values, and from that values, we need to find minimum and maximum value. This here we have taken, right? So from these values, we need to find out the minimum value and maximum value. Here in these values, the minimum is 2, whereas maximum is 100. Now this thing we need to do practically. Now, how can I do that? So I feel like I'm going to work on generating through autopilot. So this is the prompt that I've given. Let's go and check. Okay, I'm going to Studio Web.
Meanwhile, members who joined in on as today as day one, can you please reply back in the chat? Just mention if you are joining a day one session, like today is your first session or the second session. I would like to see the reports while we are working with that. Okay, Jigar Modi, first session. Okay, second session. Okay. So Swati, I would like to give a quick intro, and then we'll go ahead and start.
Yes, Vajra.
Okay.
So this is
Members, I will continue. Sorry. So members
yes,
who are
Vajra.
joining in new for day one, I'll give you a 2-minute intro. So we till now what we have seen is a development platform in your local machines. For that, you need to have Windows in your machine, as well as you need to have some space allocated, and UiPath software itself is around 1 GB that you need to install. So if you are working on multi-platform, again you need to install in multiple different machines. You cannot continue working on the browser, or you cannot continue the work that you are doing until you have some repo management in place. But with Studio Web, there are many features that are enabled, like you will be able to access your automation from any browser. you can just log in into your account and you can just access the Studio Web. And Studio Web, all the solutions you can run directly from the browser itself. There is no need for you to install any assistant in your local machine. And along with that, if you want to use generative AI, so UiPath has provided us an option to generate automations using generative AI. We'll just see how we can do that. And this is the interface that you can see. Swati, can you go into the home? Let's take it from login. So this is what you will see when you log in to cloud.uipath.com. Just go ahead and register yourself if you haven't logged in. And on the left side, you can see Studio Web. So go ahead and click on Studio Web. So that's the place where you can check with the details. On the left side, you have templates, where templates are the place where you can find all the pre-existing code. If someone have written some code and if you want to reuse them, you can go ahead and use them. Projects is the place where your current automations will stay, or if you want to create any automations, you will get it from the projects. And automations are the place where you can find what is the current automation that you are having, and you can run them. And runs are the tab which will show you what are the current executions that are happening, that you can see over here. And obviously, if you are using cloud-based environment, you need to connect to multiple services. Like you can connect to Outlook, you can connect to Gmail, or you can connect to any online services that are supported by UiPath. Now, all those connections will be available over here. So this is the overall background about Studio Web. And let's go ahead and start with an automation. So Swati will be creating all the automations using generative AI. Swati, go ahead and quickly start what you are going to do.
Yes, Vijay. So our first task is on finding out minimum and maximum values, right? So I have a prompt, that is I'm telling like assign multiple values of type array of integers and log minimum and maximum values. Means it will assign values and it will find out maximum and minimum values from those array of values. Now, in order to generate an automation using autopilot, you have to use autopilot to generate your automation. Now, this is available only for not for enterprise edition. 1 second. So you have to paste this and click on generate, submit.
So the prompt is already pasted in the chat. Go ahead and use it.
Yes. Okay. Now see, ours is manual trigger and it has assigned values and it has logged min and maximum values. Now it's at okay. So it has, let's go and continue in the studio. Once you click on continue in studio, it will go to our projects and we can see that in our projects. Now let's check what we get. Now it has assigned integer values. Let's go and check what is the data type of that integer array. In order to check value on its data types, go to Open Data Manager and check for it. Now it is of type object, but we are assigning it as array of integers, right? Because we are giving multiple values of same data type. So go and change the data type. Some small modifications are required. Do that. Now the error has gone. See, it has assigned integer array values. From that, it is getting minimum and maximum values. Now, if you see this is auto generated. It is getting integer array is our array name. From that, it is getting minimum value as well as maximum value. Go on test our automation. Did we get 1 and 5? Minimum value is 1, maximum value is 5. Now, I request all to follow this and to please put your output in the chat.
So let's give 2 minutes of time, Swati, for all the members
Yes.
to come up with the automations. So go ahead
Yes.
and give it out a try. And if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. I'm looking for the output from you all. So whatever screenshot that you can get, go ahead and please add it in the chat. If you have completed this task, just mention that the task is completed. Okay, we have Abhishek Kumar Das completing the task. Abhishek, please add a screenshot of the output. Okay, Swati, can you please show how to fix the data type?
Yes. Just go to data manager. This is the open data manager. And here you'll be having all variables. Drop down this and change the type. Here you can change. Let's go here. And as we want to change it as array, right? Select that array. And what are that? It is of type integers, right? Number values. Select array of number. This is how you need to change the values, data type of array values.
So Anders, please confirm if you are able to complete the task. Okay. Yes, please post your outputs in the chat. Let's see some results and then we'll continue with the next task. Okay, so there is an interesting image sent by Valentine, and if you can see, his automation is completely different from the one that we have generated. Again, generative AI will generate it in multiple formats. Like we can get minimum and maximum values in multiple formats, and even that's correct. Just try to change the integer data type, then your automation will be successful. And if you can see, it's just trying to post in min value string and max value string, which is also correct. Just try to correct the first output or first data type, and your automation will be successful. What is the expression of the log activity? Swati, can you please add the expression of the log activity?
Yes, much. Yeah.
Yeah. And for Valentine again, it should not be in double quotes.
String.
Yeah.
Yeah, double.
Yes. Just go ahead and change that. Swati just mentioned. Okay. So hopefully this task is completed. Let's go with the next task. Swati, let's go with the next task.
Yes, Raj. Yeah.
Great.
Okay. So, and we are moving to our next task. So our next task is all about interactive calculator. Now, what is this interactive calculator? So to perform any operations, mathematical operations, arithmetic operations, we require two numbers, isn't it? At least two numbers. So first thing, we need to obtain those two numbers. After that, what we need to do, we need, based on the operator that I am providing, like if I provide asterisk, it has to do multiplication. If I provide plus, it has to do addition. So like this, I want to be my calculator as interactive. Now, how can I do that? Now, in Studio Web, as of now, we don't have an option to user input. That is, we cannot input the data while we are executing the process. Now, how can we do that? I want my operator during the runtime, or else I want my operator based on that operator only. I have to perform some operations. So there it comes called orchestrator asset. So in orchestrator asset, we can store our values. So there are 4 types of assets. One is text, Boolean, integer, and credential. Text is used to store for URLs and API keys. Boolean is for true and false values. Whereas when coming to integers, number values we can store, and credentials like secure credentials, username and passwords. So these kinds of things you can add in asset. Now, how can we add that in asset? I'll show you that.
Swati, just a
Go to
correction.
orchestrator. Yes.
So when we are mentioning about API keys, just try to just a small correction, like you should not add any secure credentials or secure keys inside the text property. Just try to move it to credential. And one more thing, in this automation, we are trying to see how we can utilize assets into our studio web. So this is not just about just adding some values using switch statement, but how we can invoke or how we can utilize assets into studio web. So that is the major task. So just go ahead and try out with the prompt, as well as now Swati will show how to create an asset and how we can utilize it. Swati, go.
Yes, Vijay. So here we have orchestrator, right? When you go into automation cloud account, we'll be having orchestrator. Click on this orchestrator. And for every folder, you will be having assets. Now I am creating my asset in my shared folder. Here you'll be having assets. Click on it. I'm removing this and I'm trying to add it again. Click on add asset. Create an asset. My asset name is operator. And it is of type text. See, as I said, we have 4 things, right? Okay. And I'm providing text as asterisk. So if I get asterisk, I have to perform multiplication. So that is my task. And how can I get that from asset and how can I use that asset is the important thing. And create. Now I have created my asset. I have stored my values. Finally, the thing is, I need, based on the operator that I am giving, the operations has to perform. So for that, I'm taking switch activity based on the expression value the child activities has to perform. So we'll do that practically and we'll get to know what exactly we are telling. Studio. Click on new project. I hope you all created asset in your orchestrator. I'm selecting manual automation. Yes,
so let's wait for everyone to create an asset. Just mention yes if you have created an asset. Just mention completed, asset created, and then you can continue. Create an asset named operator, and then add a star to it as a text value. If you have completed, just mention done. I need to see more assets. Can you show asset again?
Exactly.
What need to be stored? Okay. Yeah. Just show like it should be star, Pratmesh. You can just add star in the asset, and it should be in the name of operator. Go to assets and then show.
You can add anything, not only star. You can add plus, minus, division symbol, anything you can add. Based on that operator only, the operations has to perform.
So Swati, let's go and create it with AI service, generative AI, not manually.
Yeah, I'll try with that.
So everyone, please go ahead and use generative AI and generate the automation. And if you got the automation correct, post it in the chat. Let's see how many of you can get the automation done with generative AI. So Swati, let me tell you the prompt.
Yes, Raj.
So perform calculator arithmetic operations between two numbers using a switch activity. Operator should be
Yes, sir.
retrieved from orchestrate reset. Named operator in the shared folder. So let's give in complete detail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Two inputs can be assigned in the beginning of the automation. Two input integers
To input in,
can
yeah.
be integers can be assigned in the beginning of the automation. Just try to correct beginning and then run the
Yeah.
bot, run the automation. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and
I
see.
am submitting.
Okay, go ahead and submit. And I'm looking for some prompts in the chat. So if you have completed the prompt and if you got some result, just go ahead and add the prompt in the chat. Let's see that. Let's see some prompts in the chat. Okay, we have one prompt: perform arithmetic operations between two numbers using switch activity. Operator should be retrieved from orchestrate reset named operator in the shared folder. Two inputs integers can be assigned in the beginning of the automation. So Jigar, I think you got it right. So Swati, are we good? Can we go ahead,
Yes,
continue with
Raj.
the program?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yes, yes.
continue. So a small update, like if you did not find the prompt, like the automation that's generated, and if you want to change it, go ahead and update the prompt and regenerate it. The prompt, updating the new prompt will generate new properties or new activities. So go to projects. It's okay. It's already created. Go to projects.
Yes.
It's already created. Go to projects, arithmetic
Yeah.
operations. Sometimes there will be session interruptions. So your code will be saved. All you need to do is just go ahead, refresh, and things will be on. So you don't have it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Let's go ahead and copy the prompt that Jigar provided, and then try to
Yes.
run the bot. Let's see. Guys, please confirm if you have generated the automation. Please confirm that you have generated, and if it is done, please confirm it is done. Just mention that it is done. Okay, Lavanya says it's done. You can copy it from the chat. Yeah. Let's see. Again, if you are having some errors or if you find that there is something that's missing and generation is not coming up properly, on the top there is something called feedback that you can use. SN1, SN2, get robot orchestrator. Yeah, this should be good. Go ahead and
Yeah.
continue. Studio generated. Execute the code and show me the output in the log message. So if generations did not put actions inside switch, then you may need to change your prompt a bit. Okay, so can we just see what's there in the switch statement?
It did not add any child activities. So we need to provide child activities, or else we need to change prompt.
I think that should be fine. Let's go ahead and add few child properties.
Yeah.
Again, As a developer, you should be able to write some code. Don't always be dependent on the generation. So we already have one
Yes.
number, number one, number two. So Swati, can you
But
please
it is
make
of
some
type
change?
strings. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and change it.
Yeah. So as we require only integer values,
Mhm.
we should provide integer values and go and check for the data type. Number one is having of object. Change it to number in the same way. See, whenever it is in double quotes, it is treated as a string. So we need to change that. I'm changing it to integer and I'm modifying the variable type of number two. Okay. Now my error has gone. So I've used set variable activities. You can see, right? Set variable value to create two variables and to store values in those two variables. After that, what it did, it is getting from get asset, it is getting asset. Now, what is the orchestrator folder path? Where I have stored in my shared drive, isn't it? In my shared drive, in asset, I'm having operator. So that thing you need to provide in your shared drive. My operator asset name is choose your operator asset name. Okay. When you click on show additional options, this output variable is automatically generated, which holds the value of the asset. Now, here what you need to provide, which contains the variable. See, this output of the variable contains the operator, right? If we modify this operator to value, now what will we get? So here, this is a get asset. We are getting asset from the, that is operator from the asset. When I provide, so that operator will be stored in value. When I provide value, now I'm getting my operator, isn't it? In switch, I'm getting the operator. Now I need to add child activities. Now, if my operator is plus, add child. And what I need to do, I need to perform operations on it. Now, if you want to store the result in a variable, you choose set variable value. No, if you don't want to store any value, just I want to log the information, then use log message activity. Okay. And so what should I get? I should get a message like the sum of. I also want my numbers. How can I get my numbers? So I am concatenating all the variables, right? Variables holds the numbers. Now sum of, I'm concatenating the string with my variable. Number one, as this is an integer, we are concatenating integer with string. Then we have to convert that integer to string. Dot to string plus again, and again I'm writing my second value, the sum of number one and number two. I'm taking this as string is. So how can we get the sum? When we add number one and number two, isn't it? I'm concatenating again. I'm providing number one plus number two. Now here I'm concatenating this thing and it is getting a integer result. So what I need to do, I need to entirely convert this value to string. Now after performing addition, whatever the result is there, that result will be converted into string. Now let's test our result. Okay. I'm giving 30 and 60. Test. Now did I get 30 and 60 is 90? Save. In the same way, if my operator from asset is, so here I'll get the operator, right? So if that is minus, the same thing I need to follow. Just I'm copying this log message activity. I'm pasting it over here. what I'm doing is I'm trying to make slight changes. That is the difference of. So what can we do? Instead of plus, we can use minus. Now let's check this 60 and 30. Test 60 and 30. Now, if at all, if my operator is invalid, what should I do? I need to state like it is an invalid operator. Okay. So I request everyone to follow along, or else to share your output if you have already completed. Like
So
this, we
let's
need to
wait.
perform many other. Yes,
Yeah.
Varsha.
So Swati, let's wait for the people to continue, and then let's see if they can show us some output. Um, just add multiplication and then close the automation. Let's see some
Yes,
output
Varsha.
from the team. So guys, please share your automations. So instead of screenshots, you can also share your files. Yesterday, I have shown you how to export a file. Just go ahead and export your automation. And when I'm giving you tenant access, that can be treated like a production environment where you can execute the code and where you can schedule the code. Just be prepared to send or export the code.
Yeah. So let me test my automation. So I'm testing my automation. As I have given my orchestrator as asset as a asterisk, it has to perform multiplication. I've given all, but switch only get to that child which has its value. The expression retrieves the value, right? Only that expression will be done. The product of 5 into 10 is 50. My first value is number is 5. Second number is 10. Now let me go and change my asset value and let's check whether my auto working properly or not. Instead of asterisk, I'm providing plus. Update. I'll try to run my automation again. Now 5 plus 10 is 15. I have to get 15, like the sum of 5 and 10 is 15. So my automation is successful. I hope you'll work on it and
Yep, let's see some results. Guys, please share your output in the screenshot. Just share your screenshots in the chat. Let's see some outputs and then we'll continue. Meanwhile, Swati, before we continue with next task, can you show
yes,
or can you help in showing what people can get in next few minutes? Like what are the
yes,
two
Raj.
tasks that we are planning to do?
Yes, Raj. Our next task is all about generating data table from a text file. We'll be having a text file. So we'll discuss about that later. And our final task is concatenating names from spreadsheet and adding that full name to same spreadsheet in different cell, different column. So these
Okay.
two we are going to do right now.
Okay. So next, the third task we'll be using advanced, maybe something like advanced concept using storage buckets as well as generating data tables. And the next one we will be using um, Google Sheets to read the
Google
information
Drive and
and to
spreadsheet.
perform, yeah, Google spreadsheets to read the information, to concatenate the information, and to add it back. We'll try to generate most of the activities with generative AI. But again, as a developer, we should be able to understand and know how to perform these automations. So your manual changes must be required. And don't think that you will be replaced if you are a non-developer or if you're a developer. Don't think that you will be replaced completely. These are just tools to make sure you are having enough support so that you can make better automations faster. That's how we are doing. Members who joined in new, just mention join new. Let's see. Okay. Can I get some outputs? Just mention it's done if it is completed. Okay. Please reply back. It's done. I have an error. Jigger, I suggest you to export the automation. Is your asset value is plus? Yes, we changed the asset value to plus.
Yeah.
Earlier we kept it as star, and that's the reason we got 50. Now we kept it as plus, and that's the reason we got 15. 1 5. Okay, we joined a new. Shamla, just continue with the session. I'm also getting an error. Okay. If you are getting an error, please post your error in the chat. Take a screenshot and then post in the chat. Let's see. There it is. So then let's continue with the next task. What is the prerequisite for the next task?
Yeah, I'll send you these people a customer data table text file. So
Okay.
based on this text file, they need to convert this text file into data table. And after converting that data table, they have to write into spreadsheet, Google spreadsheet. So
Okay.
this is the text file I'm providing. I'll share that in chat. Okay. Please use this text file. So we are going to work on this text file itself.
Okay. If you have downloaded the text file, just mention download it. Just mention download it. The more results we see, better we can continue. Download it. Okay. Just make sure you download the file. It's important for you to learn and understand storage buckets concepts. Customer data.txt, that's there in the chat. Go ahead and download it and mention it's downloaded. Can you add the text file once again in the chat? Some people might have missed it.
Yes, Vacha.
Go and add it to the chat. Okay, done. We got enough results, Swati. Let's go ahead and continue.
Yeah. So let's move on to our topic. First thing is, as we don't have access to our local machine because it's a cloud-based environment, we need to store our text file in one place. That is called storage bucket. Now, what is a storage bucket? It's like a repository. It's like a container which contains file, which we can store our files. Okay. Now, how to upload that to storage bucket? I'll show you now. Go to your orchestrator. So beside assets, you have storage buckets, right? Click on storage bucket. I already have text files. What I'll do is instead of text files, I'll create one more thing. Storage text.
So the name is not dependent. Sorry.
Yes.
The name is not dependent. You can add your own name. That's completely fine. Just try to make sure you remember what you have, or else you don't even need to remember. It will be populating automatically. So go ahead and create it.
Yes. So click on add. Yeah. So I have added storage bucket by clicking on this, and I have given name. So this is a container. In this container, I need to upload my files. Okay. I'm going to this container inside that container, and I'm uploading my file. Just click on upload new file and browse for the file in your local machine. My file is customer data.txt, right? I'm opening it, upload it.
If you have completed
Okay.
this task, uploaded data, just mention if it's uploaded.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have successfully uploaded our text file into our storage bucket. Now what we need to do, I have data in my storage bucket, but that data need to be read, right? I need to read that data. So for that, I have an activity called read storage text activity. First thing, uploaded is finished. Second is read storage text. After reading that storage text, I need to generate data table. That means from that text file, I need to generate data table. Now, how can I generate that data table? By using an activity, generate data table. Okay. And after that, one more important point to remember is, see, let's look into our customer data thing. So our data, our columns are separated by semicolon and space, isn't it? When you see each column, not each column, some of the columns are separated by semicolon and some of the columns are separated by space. Now, this is the important thing when we are generating data table. That means we need to provide column separated values. How can we separate our values? So we'll do that practically. Now, after generating our data table, finally, what we need to do? We need to write that into spreadsheet. Now, how can we write that into spreadsheet? As we don't have our spreadsheet in our Google Drive, we need to create one in our Google Drive by using create spreadsheet activity. After creating, so when we are doing this, if you are new to this, it will ask you to connect to Google Drive. Let's connect that. And after, see, this save to spreadsheet for later this variable is automatically generated. And finally, we have to write that data into spreadsheet. Now let's do that practically.
Can we generate using generative AI?
Yes, Varsha.
Okay, we'll try it from our end, but you two try it from your end and show us the prompt. Read storage text.
Yep.
Read text file from storage bucket. Send output to generate data table activity.
And choose CSV as column separated value of semicolon and space.
Yeah,
Can I
let's
write that?
go ahead and yes. Saurabh, can you please refresh your automation or refresh your web page? If you have created an automation successfully with the prompt, just give out the prompt. Let's see what's the prompt that helped us to generate all the automation successfully. In Google, just mention Google spreadsheet. I think it should.
Yeah.
Google spreadsheet. Yeah. Let's go ahead and try it.
Yes.
So we are trying to read the text file. generate a data table out of it, and finally write it back to a Excel or to a spreadsheet in Google Drive. Yes, let's just see. So let's just wait. Read text file from storage bucket is good. Generate data table with semicolon and double quotes as separator is good. Create Google spreadsheet, customer data, and write spreadsheet, write the data to that spreadsheet. I think these are the activities that we need, right? We are almost
Yes,
done.
yes, Raj. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, continue with the student.
Yes. Did you people get work on the prompt? Did you get the automation?
So please send your prompts in the chat. Let's see how many different types of prompts we can create. So add your prompts in the chat. So that you paste your own prompt. Let's see.
Maybe some
You
issue,
copy.
Ajra. I'll do that. When I click
I
on
think
continue in studio, it's not working. I'll go
just
back
go
and
ahead
I'll
and
try
refresh.
again.
Just
Yeah.
refresh it. Don't go back. Refresh.
Yes.
Just see if the automation is created already. Sometimes
Yeah, I'll check
we'll
that.
have the automation.
Yeah, I'll go back and I'll check.
Yeah.
No, Ajra.
Okay, go ahead and create it.
Yeah.
Okay, workflow preview. We have it from Deepanjali. Read text file, generate. Okay. Okay. Studio Web Workshop, generate data table. There is a automation.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jigger is actively working on the automations. Let's see. Jigger Modi. Yeah, it's still loading. Let's wait. Can you please refresh? Saving workflow timed out. Yeah, that should be fine. Just go ahead and refresh.
Yeah.
Reload. Yeah, you have the automation in place.
Yeah.
Okay, it
Yeah, I'll go back and I'll do it again. Maybe the project is.
yes. Project is created. Let's go ahead and manually implement it.
Project is. Yes, Vachan. I'll do that.
Okay.
First thing is we need to read storage text. I'm taking read storage text activity. Now provide your orchestrated folder path. It is shared. Storage bucket is storage text files and folder path is
Right.
customer data. Okay, now I have read storage text and here the output variable is automatically generated. This is the result. We'll use that later. Now, after reading that storage text, what I need to do, I need to generate data table from that storage text. Now, how can I do? Just select generate data table activity, generate data table from text. Okay. Now, what will be the input? The data that we are getting from storage text, that is the output of the storage text, read storage text, will be the input of the generate. Because so we want to generate data table from this text file itself, right? So input will be the result. output of the read storage text will be the input of the generate data table. Now I am providing result. Okay. Now here, if all the values, if all the columns are separated by comma, you have to choose this. No, if all the columns are separated by fixed width columns, you have to choose that. But in our case, some columns are separated with semicolon and some columns are separated with space. That's why we need to use custom. And we need to provide the column separators. Now, how can we do that? Click on See More and open Expression Editor. Now our column separator is in double quotes, give semicolon and in double quotes provide space. Okay. Now I have a column separator as semicolon as well as space. Click on save. Okay, I don't have new line separator, so I'm not looking into that. When I click on show additional options, see, use first row as column headers. Yes, I want to use first row as column headers because I have headers, right? My text file is having headers. Click on toggle it on and this will be the output data table. Okay. Now finally what I need to do, I need to write this data table into a spreadsheet. But before that, now let me check whether in my Google Drive I have any spreadsheet named customer data. Now this is my Google Drive. I don't have any spreadsheet. Now what I need to do, I need to create that spreadsheet. How can I create? Just by going to activities, create spreadsheet activity. Now here, as I don't have connected to my Google Drive, it is asking me to Google Drive. Click on connect to Google Drive and make a connection. This is my Gmail. Provide your mail ID. Continue. So my connection was successful and my all Google Drive data can be accessed in my automation. Okay. Now what my folder is my drive and what is the spreadsheet name I want to give? So I want to give my spreadsheet name as customer data. When I click on show additional options, it is telling like first sheet name is sheet 1. I'm okay with sheet 1, so I'm leaving as it is. And it is telling like if the spreadsheet already exists, what to do if the spreadsheet already exists. I have many options. One is add as a separate file, that is without renaming, just add as a separate file. Don't replace. When we use this don't replace, our automation will get fail. If there is an already existing same name file is there, then if we use don't replace, our automation will fail. Auto rename. Auto rename means it will append a number to that existing file. To the newly created file. It will give the same name, but it will append a number. When we use replace, it will replace the existing item. But if we have multiple such kind of things, the same names are there, two multiple names. If we have the same name with multiple things, item, then it will fail. Now I'm going with auto rename by appending a number. Now this is the output. A newly created spreadsheet data will be available in this variable. Okay. Now finally, what we need to do, we need to write that to spreadsheet. How can we write? We have an activity called write spreadsheet. Sorry. So when we are working on data table, that is we are completely moving the data table to then we have to go for right range activity. If we want to add only one cell or only one cell, then we have to go to right cell activity. Now I am having my entire data table and I am moving that entire data table to a spreadsheet. That's why I'm choosing right range activity. I don't have connection to Google Sheets. Again, what I have to do, I have to connect to my Google Sheet as well.
So there are two
I'm adding
connections
that.
that we must be made. The first one is Google Drive connection, and the second one is Google Spreadsheet connection. So Google Drive connection will help us to create a new sheet, and a Google Sheet connection will help us to write into the sheet. What is the error that you're getting, Swati?
I'm not getting this thing version. Maybe I'll go back and I'll check again. I'm not able to.
Just go ahead, test it till here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yes, sir.
Can you please test it till here? Let's see.
Yes.
Guys, if you have completed the task, please confirm that you have completed the task and you are able to complete all the activities. Execution is successful.
Now let's go and check whether the spreadsheet has created in my Google Drive or not.
Yeah.
It has created, right? Now what I need to do, I need to write data into the spreadsheet. Let me check once again. So when we are writing entire data table, we need to select write range.
Okay, this is a wonderful example of how you can share a feedback. Swati, what you can do is take a screenshot of this.
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead and take a screenshot.
The entire screenshot or is only this thing?
Yeah, only the Google Sheets. That should be good. Okay.
Yeah.
On the top, you have feedback option. Can you click on feedback? Yeah. Update in the subject line stating unable to connect to Google Sheets. So again, you will be tracked on how many members are submitting the feedback. We are looking for feedbacks as well. We are looking to see if there are any inconsistencies in the Studio Web. So go ahead and add your feedback if you are facing some errors. And this is the way how you can intimate or inform product managers directly. Whatever description or whatever feedback that you have submitted, UiPath product managers will be able to see it and they will be able to review and confirm the changes. So in the description, just mention unable to connect to Google Sheets. And the connect option is and the connect option is disabled. Guys, if anyone have completed this task, please confirm. Let's go ahead and see that.
Can I submit it?
Yes, please submit. Can you also close the snagit?
Yep.
Yep. So this is how you submit a feedback. Just go ahead and submit. And here, just go back and try to come again.
Yes.
To this
Yes,
validation. Or else, can you go to connections once?
Yeah.
Can you go to connections? Studio. If there is already an existing connection on, no, there is no
Google
existing
Sheets.
connection.
No.
Yeah. Can you please add a connection directly?
Yes. So we can also add connections from integration services.
Yes.
You can add a connection and choose Google Spreadsheet.
Just give sheets. Yeah.
Google Sheets. And
perform the authentication. Connect.
Yeah. Provide your email ID. Choose your email ID. Continue.
Yeah.
Continue. So I've connected Google
No.
Sheet to my. Yes, sir.
Yes. Go back to automations and can you try now?
Yes. Right range activity. So I've successfully connected. I need to provide the spreadsheet. Now, how can I get the spreadsheet information? Because in my drive, I don't have that spreadsheet, right? Where can I get that spreadsheet information? Here we can get, right? So the output of the create spreadsheet will be the input of the spreadsheet. Now, can I give that? To do that, click on see more, use variable, and provide this output. As we already said in show additional options, our sheet name is sheet 1, right? Then we can go and give range as sheet 1. If we have headers, you need to select true. Yes, we have headers. That's why we are keeping this. Now, how to write? If you want to override, just override. Append to bottom, you can do that. Append to right, you can do that. Insert a new row, you can do that. As of now, I'm going with override. And what to write? So I want to write the generated data table data, right? Now, the generated data table data will be the input of the right range activity. Now, see here, important thing is to remember the variables and outputs and inputs like this. So this spreadsheet, this is the output of the create spreadsheet data we are using as input. This is the output of the generate data table data we are giving as input. Now for this spreadsheet, we are writing this data in sheet 1. Okay, now let's check it again. As we already, when we are creating, we already stated like append with a number. It has to happen. Let's check whether it will happen or not. Okay, exit, ended. Did I select append or else append with number? Okay, let's check. Now, can you see? I've successfully added my text file data into spreadsheet by converting that data to data table, and I've added that data table data to spreadsheet.
Well, guys, if you have completed this activity and if you are able to successfully add information to Excel or to Google spreadsheet, please confirm yes, it's done. And if you have any problem in automating this solution, this is important because next few sessions will be going with an advanced pace. These are very minimal tasks. We'll be doing bigger projects in upcoming tasks. So just try to make sure you are done with this activity. If you are done with this activity, mention in the chat that it is done. So Prathamesh, if it's saying it's already present, then add it as a new file or make some changes in the input or delete the file and try to run it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can change from here. When creating, you have an option. If the spreadsheet already exists, you can change this. You have multiple things. Add as separate file, auto rename. You can do both the things.
Yep. Swajita is asking us to show us the flow once. Swati, can
Yes.
you please export the flow and share the flow?
Yes, Vaj.
The best thing about UiPath Studio Web is when you are exporting the flow, you will not be exporting any connections. Connections will stay as is. When you are importing the solution, you will be asked to add your own connections. So can you please go ahead and add the exported file in the chat?
Yes, Vaj.
Yeah. So if you have any questions, go ahead and add it in the chat. Let's see. Try to import the file and try to run the code. And if it is done, please confirm that it is done and add it in the chat.
This is how you can
Just reply back,
sorry.
it's done.
Sorry. So you
Go
can
ahead,
import from
Swati.
here. Yeah. So in projects, in new projects, drop down and you can import the project.
Yeah. And you need to select the file. Confirm if it is done, just mention yes. If it is completed, just mention yes, and then we'll continue with the next task. Okay, Ravinder says yes. Diana is expecting more positive yes statements in the chat. So guys, please confirm. More people. If you say yes, then we'll continue with the next task.
If you are facing any problems during this execution, please post that in chat.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Okay. We see yes. More yeses now. More yes. Yes. Please share your screenshot of Google Sheet. If you're able to successfully execute, please share the screenshot of your Google Sheet. Okay, Swati, let's go with the next task.
Yes, Vaj. Our next task is all about, first I will show you the spreadsheet and I'll share you the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my Excel having first name, middle name, and last name. What I need to do is I need to concatenate the entire row and I need to write that to full name. Okay, this is my work. Now, how can we do that? So I'm sending this Excel. You put that in your spreadsheet. I mean, copy this data into your spreadsheet.
So the Excel file will be shared in the chat. Go ahead and download it. Once you download, mention it's done. Mention downloaded in the chat so that we can continue.
Copy the data and put that in your spreadsheet. Create a spreadsheet with the names. Yeah.
Can they download or can they upload directly in the Google Sheet?
I think so. Let me check that.
Yeah, just go and upload.
Yeah, they can upload. File upload.
Yes, they can do that, or else create a sheet. Can you please show how to create a sheet? Maybe you can just show how to create.
Yeah, you can go on, click on new, and here we have Google Sheets, right? Click on that Google Sheet.
Yeah, just copy and
new
paste.
untitled spreadsheet. Yeah, just go and copy and paste this.
Can you add the information in the chat directly? so that people can
Yes,
directly
Vajra.
paste it. Yeah, just
Yeah.
paste it in the chat. Complete this task.
Maybe
This should
I'll
be
try. I don't
input
know this
file.
works or not.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's let people take it.
Okay.
Okay. Once
Change
it's
the
done,
name.
yeah,
Yeah.
please confirm it's done. Please confirm yes if you have uploaded this file and if you're able to successfully read it. Just mention yes.
Can I
You should.
directly import the Excel sheet to the Google Drive? That should be
Yeah,
fine.
you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it should be done.
Thank you. Yeah, that's how
I
I did.
it should show or it should throw some error because it's an Excel file and when we are trying to read, but let's just find out. Let's just find out. Okay. Yes, Swati, let's continue.
Yes, Vajra.
Mhm.
So first thing what we need to do, we need to add, that means we need access through each row of spreadsheet, isn't it? Now, in each row, then if we use current row of first name, then we'll get John, isn't it? And current row of middle name will get Michael. Current row of last name will get Smith. Now, if we use current row of first name plus current row of middle name plus current row of last name, we'll get full name. Am I correct? Now, when we are iterating through each row, this will be my first row. Now, current row contains the entire row data. When the current row contains entire row data, if I use current row of first name, current row of middle name, current row of Smith, if I concatenate this, then that will become a full name. Now, I have iterated through each row and I've got the full name. Finally, what I need to do? I need to write that full name into this column. Now, what is that column? Here you need to understand properly. So this column I need to write in D column. Let's write column. Column is D. Okay. Now, what is the row position? Row position is 2. Now, I need to write in D2. Now, let's write row position. Row position is 2. Now, D2. Now, how can I increment to third position? How can I go to the third position? D2 is okay. Now I have to go to third position, which is the variable that auto increments. The auto increments variable is the current row index. Okay. Now current row index will have every time first value will be index value will be 0. For each iteration, it automatically increments. That is for first iteration, it will be 0 and next 1, 2, 3. Now, if we use this current row index, if we put like column plus current row index, if I add this to row position. Now, let's check what will we get. Column in first iteration, column will be D plus current row will be 0. And what is the row position? Row position, I'll not change any row position. Row position is always 2. 2. Now what will happen? It will go to 2. In my second iteration, my column name, column value is D plus. Now it will increment, right? When I get to here, it will come to 1. Then my column current row index will be 1 and position will be 2. Then I'll come to 3. Now this value will be posted in D3, right? In same way, let's do third one also. Okay. Here we are not incrementing anything. The current row index is auto incremented. We are using just current row index. We are taking column value and row position. Along with that, as this is incrementing, we are concatenating this. We are adding this current row index with the position in the same way. For third iteration, D plus. So what will be the current row index? 0, 1, 2, 2. And position is always the first way, whatever we have chosen, it will not change. 2 plus 2. Then it will go to 4, D4. Now, like this, we can paste. Okay. Now, is this clear?
Go into the code.
Yes, Vajra. Creating new spreadsheet.
We will be able to complete this task in next 10 minutes. Just try to make sure you are following the meeting and you are able to complete the task. All we need is to create a new project. Again, we are not using generative AI here. Let's go ahead and do things manually now. So to read a spreadsheet, we need to use read range activity that is with Google Workspace. And after that, we need to iterate using the for loop. And finally, we need to use write cell activity inside the for loop. So 3 activities and we'll be done with our project.
Yeah. Here, we don't even require read range activity. We can go with directly for each activity. We have an activity called for each row in spreadsheet. We can go with that.
That's wonderful then.
You people please try with that. So take for each row in data, for each row in spreadsheet activity. And provide your spreadsheet information. I'm having some issue with my network, I think.
No, it's good. It's loading. It's loading. Please wait.
Yes, sure. Instead, I'll create a new project.
If you guys can write a prompt for it, please go ahead and write and show us the prompt.
Okay, I'm changing my automation name. Full name to spreadsheet. Okay. Now, first, what we need to do, we need to read each spreadsheet. For that, we have for each row in spreadsheet.
So for this, we need to use a connectivity called sheets that we have already created, right?
Yes, yes, Vajra. Okay. Select your spreadsheet. It will be in your drive, right? My spreadsheet name is names. Click on save. And choose the sheet name. Sheet 1. And when I click on show additional options, output variable will be generated. We can use that when required. Now inside for each, now I have iterated through, I'm accessing through each row in the spreadsheet. After accessing, what I need to do, I need to get full name. How can I get full name? I'm getting full name and I'm writing that in a variable. Set variable value.
So Swati, can we directly use right cell activity instead of setting a variable?
Exactly. We can do that, Vajran. I'll do
Okay,
that.
let's go ahead and do it.
I'll disable that. Yeah. Right. So I'm using right cell activity because we are writing to every cell, right? So in for each, every cell has to be written. So my spreadsheet is names, range is sheet 1, and here comes the cell. Whatever we have discussed till now, that is current row column plus current row index plus row position, we need to provide it here. Okay, now what is our column position? We have to write in D. Just I'm providing D in double quotes. And what we need to do, if we get to know the current row index value, then we'll be auto. I'm providing current row index. Just you can go and search in the variable for each row. Here you have current row index, or else you can, if this does not work, click on show more and select this current row index. Now, after that, what is the row position that you want to start? This is the second position. Can I give +2? Okay. Now, this is a string and this is the integer. Current row index is the integer. When we add, it will also be integer. That's why what we need to do, we need to convert it, this entire thing to string. When I use .to string, now it will get converted. Okay. Now for each iteration, the current row value gets changed. 0 plus 2, 2. 1 plus 2, 3. Then D2, D3, D4, it goes on like that. Click on save. And what to write? We have to write whatever the output of the, what to write? Full name. How can we write full name? Just now I discussed, right? As I'm accessing through each row, if I get current row of full first name, current row of middle name, current row of last name, then I'll get the full name. But I need to concatenate everything. Now let's do that and make sure these column names are case sensitive. Try to copy and paste it. Current row of full name. Now this is an object. We need this to string. I'm concatenating the same thing. I'm copying and pasting. What I'll do is I'll change the column names. Plus I'll go and change the column names.
After you complete
Okay.
it, can you please add
And
it in the chat?
for each value, yes, Vajra.
So can you also just directly write current row of full name equal to dot to string equal to current row of first name, like that in one line, right? By column name instead of using row index and figuring out which column to write.
We are not assigning any statements over here. Directly, we are using right cell activity. And that's the reason we need
Oh,
to
right cell,
use,
okay. Right cell, okay, got it. Okay.
yeah, using right cell. And we need to clearly know and understand which cell we need to write.
Right.
And that's the reason we are using D and then the column index.
Yes, got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm executing this.
So it's pulling up the information. Middle row, middle name does
Yeah,
not belong to the data table.
might be I've given wrong. I'll
Okay.
check that. Here it is having space.
Mhm.
Last name.
So Santiago posted, you can also use string.join and comma separated
Yes.
with current row. Yes, even that's correct value. I think current row dot item array is what you need to post. Let's also try that. Santiago, if you have tried it and if you got a result, please share it or screenshot.
Now let's go and open my spreadsheet. Now I have successfully added my full name data to full name.
Yeah, we have Swajita who completed the task. Okay, if you have completed this task, please share it or chat. And Swati, can you please send the code in the right cell?
Yes,
Actually,
Vacha.
2 lines of code. We have selected the D block.
Which thing, Vacha?
And just go to right cell activity in the studio.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. This thing, right? Cell ID, cell
Yes,
thing.
yes, correct.
Yeah.
Just please post it in the chat. And also the next one, or what to write.
Yeah.
Santiago, one small suggestion for your code. If you're using string.join and current row, let's assume that there is some information in the full name. This is like an edge case scenario. And if the full name contains some information or some random information, that will also be concatenated with your approach. So just see, like this can be an edge case scenario. May I use C# in web-based? No. UiPath supports only VB.NET expressions in Studio Web. So we are done with this session. Please share your screenshot once this task is completed. And sorry, is there anything left for today?
Yes, Vacha. Nothing, Vacha. We have come to the end of our session, and hope you all got that.
Yes. I'm again posting this file where you can open the zip and then you can run the code, and it's created in the latest version of UiPath Community Edition. So just try to make sure you're running it in Community Edition. Once you run the code, all your like for all the 8 days you will be registered. The automation is created for you to auto register for all the 8 days. And if you like this session, please take a screenshot and post it in LinkedIn. And if you can turn on your cameras, we'll take a screenshot and we'll post it directly. So Diana, can we ask people to turn on the cameras?
Yeah. Everybody turn on your cameras.
Yeah. So please stop your screen share.
Yes, Vacha.
We have Ravinder who's participating actively from the first minute. Thank you so much for joining in, Ravinder.
Thank you, sir.
Swati, please stop the screen share.
Yes. Now I have stopped. Can you see that?
No.
We are still able to see it.
Yeah.
Now we are good. Okay, so you're seeing some known faces here. Hi, Tracy. Hey, Andy. Hope you're loving our sessions. We know that Andy is an expert who is providing a lot of solutions.
Going well, my friend.
Yeah. Okay. Let's quickly take a screenshot. Let's take a photo and then we'll look at. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And let's see tomorrow's session.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.